Okay, I think we're all good to go. I don't want to wait too much on the waiting screen, so we're just gonna go. Hi everyone, we're painting more Thulia. I kind of want to. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna shift the camera a little bit, get a better angle, because I'm a little bit too over to the sides for my liking. I think this will be a little bit better. Oh, I need to refocus this as well. Don't you love how it Floof Entertainment, we do good work here. We're totally prepared all the time. I don't want to autofocus, so I'm just gonna have to eyeball this shit. Uh oh. Well, I got it. Easy, easy. I'm finishing Frey when I get home today, probably, unless I go and play Wizard with a gun. Wizard with a gun. Thousand Suns? Which one's Wizard with a gun? Huh. I don't know. Or is that an actual, just like actual video game? I can never tell. But also, yes, I want to get Julia done up a bit. Um, because while I do like the monochrome scheme, right, it's very easy to do. As you saw, we basically did like a bunch of units in all of, what was it, a 3-hour stream? And like even then, it was like an hour and a half of like actual work. So listen, it's very easy because this army is just basically you can just dry burst the shit. Um, but I do want to go back when I have time and actually like bring up the paint quality of the models, at least just a little bit. Make it to where it's not so ridiculous. I still want to keep in the monochrome style, but video game T Sensor tomorrow, LMAO. Okay. There was like an XCOM shooter that I really enjoyed. That was, I think it was like Tactical Wizard, Tac Wizard or something like that. It was very, very fun and very, very silly. But also it had one of the best explanations as to like why you could like redo levels and all that kind of stuff, because one of them was a time wizard. Or I think it was like he could like see the probability of shit or something, right? He could play out scenarios in his head. And so you playing through the level was him just kind of like going through the probability in his head. And like once you finally beat the level, then you would say lock it in and then everything would happen, if that makes sense. Which was a very neat concept at the very least. I liked it. I think the thing that's going to get me the most with this damn army is trying to figure out how... Oh, I don't need that gray. Which with the gun is gonna 6, it's just a gunsmithing way to stop the world from ending to chaos. So you rewind time and get 5 minutes to run through the past, get resources, build stuff, and kill things. That's cool. Made by the people who made Don't Starve, which is, oh shit, so it's probably gonna be real good. That I haven't kept up with him, but I feel like that's gotta be a little new at least, right? And set up this gray to be less metallic because we're going to be adding in OSLs later. Been talking with a lot of people in the AdMech Discord, like the main one, that once this GT happens, I'm probably gonna start doing a lot more AdMech content as well. So I'm gonna catch up on like the basics of AdMech, how it's been playing in 11th, like how it's been feeling and all that kind of stuff, right? And then probably get more into them as well. On top of GSC, of course. I'm not dropping GSC, but you know. I'm at the point to where I figure I can get a good amount of money from just doing like 4 videos a week. Or 4 videos a month. So I'm going to try and just start doing like basically daily or every other day kind of videos. Which I'm looking forward to. Because I'm like starting to get to the point to where I can do this as like a full-time job. But I gotta treat it like a job, you know. So definitely need to uptick the amount of content I put out. I'm also gonna do Thulia's hand. Yeah, let's do her hand. We'll brighten this up as well. I don't want the skin to be as bright as the sleeve, but at least something, you know? Do you feel me? Just gonna let it go on there. Procurl will just kind of treat that shit like a contrast almost and put it where it needs to be. I just want to get all like the wires and fabrics separated from the metallics. You painting these guys up for Carrier Clash? Yeah. I don't think that's a spoiler. I'm pretty sure that lists are revealed. It's gonna be fun. I, for one, am gonna have a great time. And also, if I do well here, it can help me start to replace some of the RTTs I have for ITC. And right now I'm like 11th overall. There's a world to where if I take AdMech to a couple good events, I can get best in faction for both them and GSC this year. So I'm gonna try and make a push for them. Play the boys for a little bit because I don't think that GSC are able to exist in the current meta at the top level. It's just they're just kind of outclassed, and the power has very much left them behind. So I think they both kind of need a redesign. Like, I don't think it's a points issue. Sorry, I'm not trying to hit the mic with my brush. I think it's just like a fundamental, like right now, if you think about it, Terminators are way more back in session, right? And like that was really the profile that like GSC just could not handle, right? Because while we do have some good damage, all of it is variant. We have no flat 2 or 3 or anything like that. So going into like elite bodies, unless we're just hitting the 5-up every time with our seismic cannons, we just can't kill like Terminator profiles that easily, right? And so that's fine into something like Knights because it's all going to one thing, right? You just need to end up killing the one thing. And then it's fine into 1-1 guys because just at that point it's every shot counts, right? And so I'm feeling that we're kind of at this point of like, with Elite coming back, it's really showing just how poorly designed GSC's Elite answers are. And I would love to be able to change that. But I can't, and so it's not like I'm going to be on AdMech until we get a Codex, right? Because GSC is still like my main love. But it was definitely easy to not bring them to the event, in my personal opinion. Or easier, I should say. Should I do the screen? I feel like I should have some fun and try and do the screens a little bit, right? Looks like we're gonna get even more Terminator equivalents as well. Mega Knobs leak was a crazy one to see as well. I don't fully remember if I saw the Mega Knobs one. Let me go find that bish. Ba-da-ba-da-bum. I love and hate that every time I show someone I love when I show someone this scheme for AdMech. It's always, oh man, with a little bit of color this will look great. I'm like, the point is to not have color. The point is black and white. Please. Our codex is totally not in front of me. I swear, GW, please don't open up my butthole. I didn't do it. I didn't leak it. I'm not... Am I unable to talk about these? Should I not? I just want to look at them. Look at these fake screenshots that totally aren't the ones that leaked. Beast Boss. God, a Beast Boss is T12. That's insane. Let's see. Any day now, if I could find these goddamn frickin' fricks. Well, there's all the jets. Yep, I couldn't find them. So, by all means, if you want to say what they are in chat, these fake mega knobs that aren't real, go for it. I don't encourage leaking or whatever the hell I need to say, because I don't. It's actually kind of lame, but oh well, we're here. I will say, I think from what it sounds like, orcs are going to be in a goodish position, not broken, because I have heard that the points are going to be relatively balanced for what we could assume might be good rules. I don't know. I haven't seen the Orc Codex leak. Totally. But like, I think they did like a stream game or something like that, and people kind of tallied the points together, and it was what, 1555 or something like that plus Naz. So they're going to be taking a hit, like a several 100-point hit, which I think is needed, because right now orcs just have way too much shit. Just way too much shit. So I don't know. I'm glad they're taking a hit. It now feels better to want to start the army, right? So I'll probably be picking them up eventually, just because I like horde armies and I've wanted to collect them. And the new models look sick, but I wanted to wait until they weren't fucking busted. You feel me? Oh, they have the permanent. Okay, I think I did see that. Do the screens. They're so fun. I've been getting into doing control panels. Oh, right, the screens for Thulia. I'm so dumb. Yeah, let me go ahead and throw this on here. Get a little bit of gray at least. Just popping by the stream and say howdy. Your videos really helped me out a lot. Going from guard in Midhammer to GSC since the end of 10. Thanks again. Yeah, I appreciate that a lot. Who fuck texted me? Also, I'll see you in a bit. Love you too, baby. It's so funny that my wife texted me to read my own chat. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this. Okay. Yeah, we got about an hour until she's home. Let's lock the fuck in. Although knowing her, she'll probably just tell me to keep streaming. I got another text. But you know what? She was mean to me the other day, and so I'm not gonna read it. Because she's a stinky pants. I moved my station to be just to the right of my mic, and I swear to God, I gotta move my mic to the left because like my brush keeps hitting it. I hope it's not like making a big boom or whatever the fuck every time I hit it, but just know I feel bad. Please tell me you're going to run Green Tide and Grotsman? Probably. Like, unironically, I was looking at like, I mean, the Brutes one kind of is dog shit, but who knows? But like the characters are so good that it might be worth it to do the Brutes one. But it was like, I was toying with the idea of like Green Tide, Brutes, and maybe to Big Hunt, right? Because I mean, it all depends. I don't remember keywords, but if Beast Naga's got the benefits of both Green Tide and the Big Hunt, that would be pretty cool. Since I believe there's still a boys unit, so who knows? We'll see. But I do want to just run like mass infantry, right? Like that's my style. That's what I like doing. So I'm gonna just plan for it. I'm gonna pick up a bunch of boxes of Beast Nagas, of regular boys. Pick up the characters, pick up some tank buses, all that fun stuff, and then just have fun. So far, no noises. Okay, cool. That's good. We'll get this tubing in as well. Up in here. Cool. I think that's fine, and then we'll just... What I want to start to do is, because this is reloading, right? She's pulling the little clip out. What I want to do is I'm gonna make the core of it still hot, but the edges we're gonna come back and just like dry brush a darker color. So I'm gonna feed this color in to the recesses, along with probably like 2 to 3 layers of extra lighter colors, and then we'll come back and dry brush. And basically, what I want to try and do is, if you've ever seen those like lava effects, right, to where they do the whole rock or they do the whole lava effect and then they come back with the stone color to like encase it. Basically, it's very cool. We're gonna be trying something like that with the gun. What's up, Communion Games? How you doing, boss? Julia's Eye up in here. We'll also do a glow for that. I think the fun challenge, and I still have to figure it out, do a stupidly niche chapter and play Marines. I would probably do Alpha Legion. I would do a Loyalist Alpha Legion if I had to do Marines. Because I don't like Chaos. Oh, that's cool. Okay, she has a little optic thing that's bringing her other eye here, so she's looking at the screens. That's neat. This model's cool. We'll go ahead and put little lights in each of the little eyes. But, God, what was I saying? Oh, right. For this paint scheme, right? Fully monochrome. I'm using coal black, neutral gray, old titanium white for the fabrics and the skins and anything that's not metallic, and then for the metallics it's dark silver and silver. And so it's interesting to figure out how to do multiple different effects with the same paints, if that makes sense, right? Because having to do a glow with the same thing of the fabrics is like, how do I make that register as a glow versus as a fabric, right? And that's just going to come down to like the style of everything that we'll see eventually, but yeah. Now let's... Oh, God! Cool you down! Oh my God! She's dead! No, she's fine. A little bit of drop, just a little drop. And then swoop. bang, swoop, bang. I feel like that's too much. Maybe go swoop, swoop, swoop. How did you end up brighter? I think I know why. You've never thought about doing Loyalist Alpha Legion? I think it would be sick. And also, it allows you to still play Alpha Legion as a good faction because it's not CSM. And then here, I'm not going all the way to the edges like I was with the darker gray. I'm just gonna like, basically every layer I go up in brightness, the more on the central line I'm gonna make it. If that makes sense. Get in there. And then this just gets a little healthy little dabbling. It gets a friendly little dabbling. Making sure that everything is in. Cool. Go ahead and start to brighten up some of the top parts of the cables. I think this model is a little bit still in the world of being like kind of over designed. So I don't want to do like go all out and do every single detail because then that makes the model kind of disappear into itself. So doing something to where like I just kind of let some things be dull, like right, if you look at this arm, right, technically in there, like that's her sleeve, right? But if I do that, I think it kind of like it would have a little bit too much going on because not only are you looking at this, but then you have to be looking at the thing underneath it, and it just is a little bit too much for me, if that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe it's just me trying to justify being lazy, which it probably is, but... Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna try and do something crazy here. Why am I doing this to myself? Alright, chat. I don't know if you can tell, but we are doing the diamond pattern on Thulia's staff. And we're going to try and do it as accurately as possible. Perfect. All right. And then I'm just going to do a couple flicks on the diamonds on the inside. You don't have a good angle to see them. So like, I'm just going to do the part to where it meets the other diamond. You're never going to see the inside of that. So I'm fine with it not just being done, right? Because like, why would you waste effort on painting a part that's not ever going to be seen? I'm going to know it's like that for all of 30 minutes, and then I'm going to forget that it's like that. You feel me? Sorry if I'm a little off camera. I just gotta focus on this and like look real close at it. Cool. Generally don't like Marines, to be honest. I got 1,000 because of an eBay lot. That was 2,000 points for 500 bucks. Also, mutants are cool. I own so many demons, Zangor, Mutalisk, etc. Yeah, they are really cool. Felt myself getting the Marines after a while, and I tried to fight it, but I love them. I have to get in. Painting skin tones and fur is my jam, so I would play Rat GSC. Call the mutations T-Sons and Sisters with a lot of pendant stuff. Yeah, I also would not like to get into a Marine faction. It's just not my style, right? Like I've played them and I'm like, "Oh, hey, this is what it is to have good rules." That's crazy. But it's still just like, eh, it's not for me. You need to be darker. You might need to be darker. I think you do. You do. Okay. That's fine. Cool. We have a little. Let me see if this shows up on the stream. There, it shows up. Yeah, look at that. Looks good. Alright. Let's keep it schmoving. And use a little bit of a darker tone for the next one down because it's further from the light. Obviously, it will be just naturally be darker. And then when we go up to here for these little bit, we're just going to go up one tone as well because once again, it is higher up, meaning it's closer to the light. Although I guess there's a world where I keep this the same brighter tone because it's near the ground floor where the snow is. I don't know. Maybe that's thinking too much. And you know, I don't like to think, so we're here. Oh god, doing this with the palm there is gonna be real fucking annoying. Oh, I got the skull. That's fine. Also, a lot of these, I don't know why, but it's just like... I mean, probably because I either base coated it, like primed it a little heavy, or just base coated it heavy. There's like little divots for the cross pattern. And on some of the parts of the staff, it's just kind of just not there. So it's a little awkward, but I think that looks good. Chad, do you like that? Little diamond pattern? I mean, oh god. There we go. That's probably the best angle for it. I like it. Let me move my light over a bit more direct though. There we go. Alright. Now I can kind of rotate it a bit more and you see every part. Yeah, I'm liking this. Dulia. I'm just gonna continue to grab less and less of the raised areas. And like, I'm fine with the skin tone being like a deeper gray. Because it just like they're fucked up beings, right? Like they've completely thrown away their humanity. They're all fucking robot-y and shit like that. I think it like is fine making sense of like, yeah, even like the skin doesn't look right. I will say I am gonna come back over here and at least get her hand and separate it from the metallics. I feel like, so I don't want to do the fabrics because one, the fabrics ended up just being the coal black, right, from everything. And I don't even think I'm gonna get the under parts. I think I'm just gonna get just the hand itself. And then we'll do like one small highlight in there. But I feel like if I leave the hand, it got hit by the dry brush, so it was metallic, and it would just look a little bit too lazy for me. Like, I'm not gonna highlight it anymore, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool. I can't see crazy well, but it looks good. Thanks, boss. I appreciate you. Always so positive. I hope people also really liked, I guess, at the time of uploading it and time of me going live, I guess not a lot of people have seen it yet, but today's video, I hope people enjoy it. I'm gonna try and get 2 done tomorrow so that I can schedule the second one to upload while I'm at the GT. No promises on that. Okay, no promises, but we're gonna try. I am gonna bring a little bit of white over here. Move the palette so you can see it. Actually, you know what? I'm not using this part over here. We'll spin the palette. We'll spin the palette. We'll healthy spin the palette. We'll get some white over here, and then we'll take more of this gray. It's a little bit too much. Here. This is about as bright as I want to take the skin tone. And I'm just going to put it on like the knuckles. Maybe right here on like the wrist, right? And then just the tips of the fingers. And we'll call that good. We'll also put on like this little ending right here. Should I do that with the diamonds, you think? Black and white is a fun theme. Feels like a lot of shading, but you're pulling it off. I assume infantry go by real quick, though, with dry brushing? Yeah. Like, it takes... I think I did the whole army in a day. Like, maybe day and a half. But that was also, like, much less effort. That was literally just a... dry brush. I airbrushed everything with the coal black because I used like, I think it was like the army painter black or something like that. I don't know. It's either that one or the GW one, but like it goes on with such a gloss that it's actually hard to paint on it, if that makes sense. Like everything just kind of like washes off of it. It's kind of fucking crazy as a primer because it just doesn't do its job. Or at least maybe I've had a bad batch of them recently, but like it'll handle airbrush color. If you force it on there, it'll help it. But Pro Curl struggles just because it like the brand is innately already so diluted, right? It's almost like everything becomes a yellow, and it's just like a fucking headache. So I'll airbrush everything coal black so that it's matte and it receives the paint much better. And then I think it was like dry brush of 50-50 coal black and neutral gray, and then dry brush neutral gray. And then I don't even think at the time I did like a 50-50 white and gray. I think I wanted it to be really dark. And it just, man, it did not look finished, but I was able to take it to an event. Took it to Las Vegas teams, and it was fine. Because also, so it wasn't just the black and the dark gray. It was then also a dry brush of the dark silver into the silver. But it was all dry brush work. Everything was dry. There was not a touch of a regular brush on it. So, yeah. This is actually, I think Thule is the first model I'm going back on and actually like painting up and pulling things out. So, this is fun. I'm having fun. This is fun. I want to get these smaller chords to be a little bit brighter than the others. I thought about just doing highlighting for them at first, but I think just having them be wires that run around very bright can help break up the darker parts of the model. So, which then leads me to believe that I probably should do the checkers in a much lighter color, which I don't hate outside of the thought of now I have to do the checkers again. Or maybe I'll just do half of them because I'm going for a highlight. Who knows? Also, this is why I'm so bad at chat. This entire time I have not looked up from this model. Right? Just been painting, so I apologize. Give me 2 seconds when I wash my brush. I'll look up. God, it's a good thing that the therapy hasn't worked and I still talk to myself, you know? This would be hell if I was more introverted. I'm having fun. I like this. Okay. Appreciated today's video. Doing GCC for an escalation league, so any help is greatly needed. I appreciate that. I'm glad it's helping. That was kind of my thing, was I realized that I ended up doing stuff to where I was like, I'll help people get into the faction, and then I never really actually made like how to get into the faction videos, right? I was just kind of like, here's how to collect it. Here's some cool combos, and then now let's talk about tricks, and then here's my meta list for going to events, right? And so I figured now I'm gonna take a couple weeks and just be like, here is the step by step to play GSE. And then at the end of it, I was talking with another content creator by the name of Abby Steeler, who has been a huge help in figuring out like artistic direction of things. Because if you haven't watched her channel, go watch her fucking channel. She does insane shit. Her editing is top notch. I think she's also on. Yeah, she should be about 12 minutes into her game against Tactical Tortoise on Astra Vale's channel. Which I respectfully cannot watch because I would want to help too much. Ooh, how do I make this look like paper? What's the texture I should be going for? I want it a little like, is molted the right word? I don't know. I think if I just kind of like pat it on and leave it a little thin and let the colors kind of sink through a little bit, right? You see that darker gray in there? It'll have that kind of blotched look that parchment often has. We're gonna test with just like kind of tapping paint onto here and letting texture form by the tapping, just kind of like making natural pools, if that makes sense, right? Because some parts are going to be thinner, some parts are going to be thicker, so some parts you're going to see more of the dark grays, some parts you're going to see more of the light gray. That like molted look. Not molted, I mean like, I don't know the word I'm trying to say, but and I had a horrible prime with some why it kept sweeping off too. I'm kind of debating stronger repriming, but we'll see how it goes after like another 5 minis. My thing has just been like, if a primer's given me gruff, then I'll just take an airbrush and like base coat over it, right? And that doesn't work for all of my problems, but it works for a good amount of them. It works for enough to where I'm like, okay, that's fine with me. Fuck it. You know? So, yeah. Continue to kind of pad these in here. It is giving the effect I want, which is good. It's just, you know, I like to know the name of the effect I'm going for. But it's fine. I'm allowed to be stupid. Why am I allowed to be stupid? Because I said so. Next question. I'll just do another coat for these wires to really pull them out. What should I do for the skulls? Also, this guy's loose and this guy's loose, and I hate it so much. I do want to, you know what, looking at it through the camera, that's a hard model to proxy is the other thing. Oh wait, I had a second army and I really liked Escher Cutters. What mounted do you think I could proxy them as? The Escher Cutters, the bikes? 1 second. I have them. These are my Adeline Jackals. That's what I use them as. Right? And then for the wolf quad, I have the little guac guy. He's too long, right? If you can see, like if you were to sit normally, he would be too horizontal, so I have him pop a wheelie so he can fit on the base. But yeah, these are my ladies. I think I had it set to where the way I could tell things is that the fin was the power weapons because they would, I don't know why, and then the grenade launcher was the grenade. And I kind of fucked up because this grenade should be on one of the power weapons, but who cares? Those are the cutters, right? Oh, also the little flight stand, I just cut with some pliers so that it was much shorter. And if you do that towards just hovering off the ground, it fits in terms of being a Adeline Jackal. Oh, you know what? I should do it to where it's like in the base more. I don't know. Where would the power be on this? Do you think it would be more like backloaded or front loaded? Maybe it is more towards the tip because like that's where everything like, you know, shot out of. But I don't know. Also, my friend, love him to death, certainly was trying to tell me that he was not worried about going into me this weekend at the GT because he's like, you have 3 sources of anti tank and I'm on War Dogs. I could not give a shit. Like and I was just in my head, I was like, my friend, you do not understand. Weirdly though, because you play AdMech, you somehow do not understand how much this army just loves to fuck up vehicles. It's so good. I guess they don't have to represent flyers. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Yo, love the face cam. Just popping in to say hey. Love to see the content. Thank you, dude. It's been a hot minute since I've said hi and all that kind of stuff. But I always appreciate you being supportive, man. Genuinely. Also, yeah, the face cam thing makes me very happy. I wanted to do the like set it up as almost like a VTubing thing. For days I didn't want to show my face like this, right? But also I have, you know, one good camera and I want to use that for the painting side of things. So it's just real easy to have that set up. Look. I don't know if this is giving the effect I want. It is giving a cool effect because you can look in and kind of see a little bit of the glow. But let me block in these brackets a little bit more. You know what it is? I know what it is. Get a little bit more black in here. And we're going to take some of this gray. Wipe. Just a dab of black just to make it a little bit darker. And then what I'm going to do is now the inverse, right? To where I'm going to start to bracket it in, but with the darker colors just on the outsides. Because that middle band, even though on the stuff that's outside against, you know, the surface air, right? That's cooling against the air. The core of it will still be heated. Although it doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you think about it, because it is a cone that is 360 degrees. It's not 2 triangles, but 40k players are stupid, and we won't think of that. And I get to have a cool little band that has a sick glowy effect if I can do this right. And if I can do this right, that means it can be replicated, and I can do it on all the other parts that glow in AdMech. And that solves a very big question for me of, God, how the fuck do I do glowy things if everything is one color? Because, oh boy, does a highlight and a glow effect basically become the same fucking thing if, guess what, they're the same fucking thing. Right? And so it's literally just how you layer the paints to make them separate. I'm going to take the smallest dabs of True Black and just touch them in at the top and at the bottom. Maybe I even just do like a little slap, 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 slap. Just for sake of time. Yeah, there we go. I think that's looking good. I almost you know what I should do? I should put like the tiniest little line of pure white going down. And then of course I've got to like clean this back up with the gray because it'll stand out so much, but I just do like a little bit of little bit of that. Just kind of scrub that a little bit. Also, it looks like this side got way darker than I meant it to be, so we're going to come back and lighten it up a little bit. It shouldn't be that dark. There we go. And okay, I think that looks sick as hell. Right, like it's, oh man, it's almost hard to see because of the metallics, right? Because it just looks like the shine of the metallic. But I don't know. I think that looks good. I'm vibing with it. I'm vibing. Ooh, what it probably should be is that like only up to here is the white, and then these fade in. Yeah, okay, okay, we're cooking, we're cooking, we're cooking. We're making it work. Okay, we're doing it live. Back in with a little, just the tiniest bit of white. And just boop, and then just a little smidgen dot right there. A little bit more in here. More in here, and then yeah, get like a good band right in there. Wind this band a little bit so that we can make that one there, and that becomes the dot. Come over here, and we're just gonna do the same fucking thing, okay? That's what the problem is, because as it's closer to the base, that's where it's like receiving all of the heat, right? Because that's where all the energy source is. So even though we are doing this big ass line, everything is still coming from the base. So that's how we spit it out. Hey Floof, hope you're doing okay. Just saw your leaders video, was wondering if I may ask you a question. Of course. That is what the purpose of these streams are, is that a lot of times I get questions where it's a little bit too long to answer in the like YouTube video comments, if that makes sense. But it's also like too short to do like a whole video on. So that's why I decided to like start doing these streams, was that so you guys could come in and ask me some simple-ish questions. Or will ask me any questions and I'll just, you know, respond how I can. The brighter gray. Yes, it shouldn't be the true white. Means this should probably go down a tone, which I believe was this. I need you to be darker. Maybe it is, and I'm just being stupid. Oh, I think I see the issue. I think it's what's making it not work as much is the thing on the wall. Okay, sorry. You mentioned that a Acclamavis is irrelevant since you usually have 2 buggies on the back with mortars. What if I only have 1 in Acclamavis? Would that be somewhat reasonable? I mean, it's still at the point, instead of 300 points, you're looking at 200 points, right? So it's like, if you think you are comfortable having that in your backfield, then go for it. Um, but also if you find to where you're playing the game and you're going, damn, I just like do not, I'm just like, do not have enough stuff, right? Then maybe looking at taking Clammy out so that you can run more things might be worth it, right? It's a give and take. It's also very meta dependent, right? So if you are going into stuff to where there's a lot of demons, there's a lot of retcon, there's just a lot of shit with the 6-inch deep strike, then you should probably run a Clammy, right? Um, but if you're going into like World Eaters and Guard and shit like that, then like, dog, why you running a Clammy, you know? So it's always meta dependent. It's all like at the end of the day, it's gonna be like a niche tool, right? It's just what do you want your toolkit to be, right? I can't say that a toolkit is gonna be better for you one way or another, especially if that's like if we're doing like a meta call or something like that, because you know, say we do tech it and you have like triple Clamavus, right? If you go into something, if you go on like an RTT or whatever the fuck, and you go into a bunch of deep strike armies, dog, you're fucking sitting pretty, right? But if you go in and you're like, oh, I'm not going into Grey Knights, I'm going into fucking orcs with no to jump or anything like that, and they're just gonna walk up the board at me. Well then, it didn't really fucking matter, did it? You feel me? So it's up to you. I think for me, I'm not super comfortable with having that unit, but also like I was kind of saying in the video, like I'm not gonna look at someone's list and be like, oh, this is dog shit because of the Clamavus, you know? I will say the most hardline opinion that I will have about the Clamavus and adding it into a list is that it should be your last 50 points. I don't think this is ever something to where you start your list and you're like, okay, so I'm playing Biosanctic. I'm going to take one Ridge Runner, and I'm going to take a couple Aberrants, and then I'm going to take a Clamavus, and then I'm going to take my Pure Strains, and then I'm going to take my Metas, and then I'm going to fit everything around that, right? You find the core of your list, you find the core of your detachment, and then if you have 50 points left over, right, when you're figuring out that last like 300-ish points, that's when you go, hey, now we're good to go, right? Now we'll add in the Clammy. Because like I've tested out lists to where like I had a Magus or something like that in the list, you know, but that was because I was at like 1950. I was like, I don't want to move stuff around to try and get like another Shanktus or Saboteur in, so fuck it, my bald wife is here. The glow of the gun, but it is what it is. I think my music stopped. Ba-da-da-da-da. Hello, Affair. I run the Magus because she's had 3 games in a row now where she saved my Metamorphs from getting clapped. It's so nice. Yeah, like when she's good, she's great. She's doing the damn thing. And, you know, I'm happy for her. But then it's like you play into World Eaters. It's basically what I talked about in today's video, right? To where it's like, oh, well, I played into World Eaters and she didn't do anything. Oh, I played into fucking, what's a good one? Tzeentch. And, oh, hey, look at all that Psychic, right? It's like, it doesn't fucking there's so many armies that just ignore it. Oh, I played into Tau and they ignore Hitmons. Oh, I played into Votann and they shot me with the Hecatons, right? So it's just like, what are we doing here? I need a genre because I love breakcore stuff so much, but there's only one real good no copyright mix. No copyright. I really want dubstep, right? Like I want something with like a good kick. Hey Floof, I absolutely love the content. I chose GSC as my first army after not having played since 4th edition. Your content is probably the most important factor in that not having been a mistake. Well, hey, boss, I'm really glad that that's helping for you. Now I'm making it my goal. I will be needing your coaching then. Yeah, of course, dude. Coaching spots are always open. Spindly bits are scary. I've never seen models snap quite like AdMech models. They have so many tubes and stuff that hold heavier bits. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Oh my god, I saw these sick ass AdMech GSC the sick ass AdMech GSC at Edmonton. I should invite that guy to the Discord so they can show them off. Yeah, that'd be sick. I'd love to see that. Made by me and 8 other friends. Use amongst Discord. Okay, sure. Fuck it. Bingo. Okay. Yeah, it's something. Let's go for the skull now. We're gonna have so much fun, guys. Yay! Can't wait to hold this servo skull, paint it up a bunch, and then it probably snaps right when I'm done holding it. It's gonna be so cool. All right. I don't know why, but making the skulls just a little bit brighter, but like leaving that contrast of the eye sockets and all that, make them stand out very well while still fitting in. You know, because I'm so used to seeing like the regular 40k ones to where like they have a lot of browns and yellows on them from like weathering and age and all that kind of stuff. So like I know these don't fit that aesthetic, but it's nice that even in their own way, they will still look good. I'm working on a Xeno list with double meta bricks. Should I take 1 or 2 trucks? I mean, that's up to you. Do you need 2 trucks? Oftentimes, we've seen in the past Xeno builds running like 3 to 4, but that was due to, you know, how 10th operated and all that, and like needing to like have a lot of staging positions, as well as just running the trucks onto points to like stall them. Like we saw a good way to use them, but it's kind of that question of like, do you need to do that, right? Is hidden a strong enough mechanic where you can still rely on your opponent walking at you? And you know, that depends on you, big dog. I would like you got 1 in the truck and it goes in turn 1 or turn 2 and you load it back up. Then you have another one coming in on a rapid ingress, and then you have neophytes coming in because you're probably doing 2x20 of neophytes. So we're looking at like 2 in the truck going there, 1 rapid ingresses, 2 neophytes going in. That's 5 of your like 7 to 8 threats, and then we've got 3 coming back in, more than likely off of cult ambush markers or the below fucking Xenocrete strat. But it's also nice to have the 5-mans in there because then they'll get the extra 3 movement. I would say it really does depend. I can see both. I would think that the standard Xeno list would want 2, but I don't know, the game is also so aggressive. People are just kind of handing you their armies directly in front of you. You don't have to go dig things out anymore, right? You don't have to aggressively stage some guys in a truck behind a wall so that you can go fuck with someone's primary the next turn, right? You're just kind of playing for your natural and the middle. So maybe it's just one truck. As weird as that sounds. It sounds weird to me. I don't know if it sounds weird to anyone else. But oh. What should I put on these screens? I don't even know. I make them a little scratchy around the ways. It's an old screen. There we go. Cool. I'm painting 20 neophyte heads on 2 sprues. My fun levels are very mid right now. Haha, still the 20-man blob is almost done. People who do that shit on sprues scare me, respectfully. I know you just said that you are that, but... Well, actually, you know what? That probably makes it a lot easier, to be honest, specifically for the heads. And you are cutting it off at a point to where you're gluing that onto the model. So not only does it help the glue adhesion through the paint because it's a fresh cut. Okay, yeah, never mind. Let me shut up. I think that's smart. I don't know if I would ever do it, but I respect the hustle, and I can see why it would be good. Go ahead and I think this tone of gray, I'm actually going to fill in everything and even a little outside of it just to really start to get that glow effect. You feel me? Also, I have decided I am doing the diamonds in a much lighter color. That's fine, I'll come back with the other gray. Focus, SpongeBob. Focus, SpongeBob. I don't know if I'll do all of them like this because lighting, but I want to do a couple. Okay, and then we come back with you. We just that bubbled way too much. Nice. Thank you. Does that make sense? I run 2 meta bricks, one with advanced charge, the other usually in deep strike. Yeah. I don't even. So, hear me out. I think like if you want to do double meta brick right now, I think a good thing is you just have one with an icon ward that scouts the truck up. They get out turn 1, and then you have 10 metas with a biophages get into that truck. Because you lose the scout when you add the bio, but you just get so much fucking damage. Right? You get the best of both worlds. So where they have the 4-up Feel No Pain, but now they're annoyingly durable to kill. And then you also, on top of that, have the lethal hits and the +1 to wound against infantry. And also just the 4-up Feel No Pain helps like make that that blood surge just so fucking annoying, dude. Now, is it gonna live something like 10 Hearthguard shooting into you? Fuck no. Right? You're still just 1 wound guys that are T4 with a 5-up armor. But there is a lot of shooting that it does fuck with the math on. And a lot of melee, to be honest. But that's less important. Oh man, I am fucking tired. There we go. Yeah, I like that a lot more. Do the handle. I know I've gone nonverbal. I'm just trying to focus on this a little bit just to get the diamonds set. Even roughly, right? They don't gotta be fucking perfect. They just have to be. We can be bees. A little bit more gray in that. That had no gray left. Need a little bit less gray in this. Here we go. I like using a truck as a staging point on the line, jump out when, then jump something else in a slingshot forward next round. Yeah, like that's the premise we're talking about, right? Is that meta's scouted up or scout behind cover in case you go second, but then yeah, next turn you get the guys out, they run up, they go do their thing, and fuck off, and then someone else gets in the truck behind them, and then next, hey, now you can go move that truck, put it in a more aggressive staging spot. And you just keep that cycle going. Right? I think it's good. I think it's always been a solid game plan. I'll let you know how it goes, Kronos. I'm very nervous. I think you'll do fine. Once again, end of the day, it is just, you know, a game with mini issues, right? We're just playing little war dollies. There ain't no stakes to no nothings. Oh, this is the bright one. I need the dark gray. That does appear like my wife is home. So, fellas, I'm gonna go let her in. I'm gonna take like 2 minutes to do so, and then we'll probably be going from there. I'm gonna let you go ahead and look at Dulia, right? Look at her beautiful form while I'm away. And you know what? You tell me what you think she could use next or something. Crowd engagement or whatever the fuck. Be right back. Good news, chat. I have returned. And even better, I have a Rice Krispie treat. Mmm. I do. Mm-hmm. A screenshot of your face just like on the stream. Yeah. It's a very simple way to do the whole like VTuber thing. Or like a half VTuber. I think I'm like a PNG tuber technically or whatever the hell. Oh, that's cool. I like it. First time doing the Headsprue gig. Reckon my last, to be fair. That's fair. I don't know which one would be easier. But I don't hate what you're doing. Why do you torture me by flaunting a Rice Krispie treat? Ha 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 ha. I'll make sure to bring a bunch to the GT this weekend and make sure that you don't eat them. Oh, I mean to put that in your Thulia screen. Yeah, you're right. Hold on. Oh god, no, not like that. There we go. She's the VTuber now. Look, Floof, that makes sense. But also both my Metamorph bricks got bios. I like scouting or something. That's fair. No, I didn't find it. It's on the base somewhere. But it's fine. No, it's not that one. Okay. I have... Chat, I think you'll be very proud of me. I have successfully eaten my Rice Krispie treat. Can I put this TV back? Okay, there we go. All right. We'll be ending in a little bit just because wifey's home. So if anyone's got any last minute questions, shoot them over. Where is a good... I think this will be fine. I want to do like a light dry brush. That excess paint off. Heat. Something like this. Oh my god. What did I base you with this? Cool. Good news, chat. I've immediately ruined it. And we will be letting that dry. Wait, I just realized you're not going... Weren't you the one that asked me about the GT this weekend? Who asked me about the GT? The cruiser carrier, whatever the fuck. The carrier clash. You want me to show the dog? I don't have the ability to show the dog. No, I don't have OB camera now. I only got one camera. I'll get something set up so I can show the dog next time.
You have a camera that's pointing at the thing.
I have this camera that's pointing right here. If I put Hobie right here, his butt will be up against the camera. I don't got that kind of distance. Oh, you were? Oh, okay. Oh, you just dropped or something like that? I don't know. By the way, in case people always or don't realize, I don't know people by your YouTube name, so I might know you. I don't know. I'll break the weekend, so I have to pick and choose my GTs. Ah, that makes sense. It's looking like it's gonna be a good one. There's a lot more Emperor's Children than I thought there was gonna be. Not that like I don't think that like flips any of my matchups. I think I'm still like very favored into melee. But I mean we'll see, right? We will see. But there's also like a good amount of orcs, which like I think the list that I'm bringing is fine into orcs, to be like fully honest. This needs to come down just like a fucking smidge. Yeah, I'm fine with something like that. But it's just right now, there's so many fucking, like, here's my 5-up invulnerable, my 5-up penal pain, and my 5-up fuck you. That I just don't want to get scammed in a game, you know? Shoot an entire breacher brick into some squig hogs and kill one dude. Which, like, shouldn't happen. I'm pretty confident it won't. But boy howdy if it does. God, I will have feelings about 11th. Everything okay? Ah, don't worry guys, my wife said it's fine, she's only in pain. I coached you earlier this week. My bad, dog. I'm a little stupid. That would make sense then how you knew about the thing. Thank you for the last minute again. Oh, okay. I know who this is now. I know who this is. I understand. Which, hey chat, by the way, if you also would like coaching, it's $40 an hour or $100 for 3 hours, or if you want to. So I always do 3 hours / practice game. Because there has been times where people have paid me for the practice games, but we haven't even like really gotten past like turn 1 or deployment, because I will, you know, actively go to start helping them, and then we kind of just get into theory talking about stuff. But like I've done that, and then they're like, oh, we probably shouldn't be talking about this, we should probably like be playing the game. Yeah, and I'm like, no, we should be doing the thing that allows you to learn the most, right? And so that's why I always say it's 100 for a game, but actually it's 100 for 3 hours of my time. Because you can just use that 3 hours to be like, well, this is how I would deploy. Can you tell me why that's wrong? And I say yes. There we go. How many of them are Cavalcade EC? That detachment feels annoying, shooty despite the army only having 2 shooting profiles. You mean Carnival? Wait, that might not be the name. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's Carnival. Okay, yeah. Let's go find out together. If you need, babe, you can close the door so I'm not. My voice doesn't travel throughout the house. Nope, that's Challengers Cup. Carrier Clash. Here we go. Emperors. We're gonna do this, chat. We are gonna copy this. We're gonna go to. I don't think. Yeah, this should be fine to show this. We're gonna go to screen 1, and then we're gonna go ahead and hit Control V. And then where is? I'm gonna put Vito underneath the computer. Underneath the computer. We'll go ahead and. Or no, we don't have to do this. We can do this and then we turn off this. Yes. Okay, we've got it. Chat, we're locked in. I'm gonna bring my chat over here so I can still read you guys. Bio. This is Coterie. Or no. This is Coterie. Or is that Coterie? Coterie. And Coterie. Why all Coterie? What the fuck? Well, I mean, if you don't have demons, it's still probably one of the better ways to play it. Let's see. 2 Lord Exultant squads, 1 Prince's Wing, a Fulgrim, a Lucius, Tormentors, 2 Rhinos, 2 Chaos Spawns, Defiler, 2 Noise Marines. I'm gonna guess, what, 6 Defilers, do you think, between all 4 of them? Lord Exultant, Lord Exultant, Lord Exultant, 2 Wing Princes, Lucius, Tormentor, Rhino, Spawn, Defiler, Noise Marine. Lucius Flawless Blade. I like this unit a lot. I like it more as a 6-man, to be honest, but Lord Exultant and Infractors, Lord Exultant Infractors, Wing Prince, Tormentor, Rhino, Spawn, Defiler. We are at 4 in total. If this person has 2 Defilers, we win the bet. Woohoo! My local EC player is on 2 Defilers in this Cutter's list. I think you should just be on 2 Defilers. Like, hard stop. Demon Prince of Slanesh with Wings, another Wing Prince, Lord Exultant, so triple Lord here. I think everyone else was 2. Infractor. They don't have any of their shit attached because, Jesus, can we just... Ugh. Anyways, Tormentors, Rhino, Flawless Blade, Noise. No Defilers. Okay. Yeah. They're all fine. Them going heavy on Spawn, I think, is a very good choice for them, especially on being Prio. I do believe I was... Yeah, I did lock in on Prio as well. I don't know if I've talked about my list, but I like my list a lot. So we got a Techno with the Super Pistol, right? The TL409. I think it's like 3 shots, like D3 plus 2 damage or something like that. It's like strength 11, AP2. I don't know. It's some wild shit. With Fusilers. The Fusilers guns ignore cover while they're shooting. They're just cheap, and I was running them by themselves, but I think I was running this Tech Priest with the Techno Archaeologist with the Battleclade for +1 OC, but like they already have a what's his face in here that gives the Tech Priest thing, so they already do the honor 2-up. I stay hidden when I shoot you, and honor 2-up, take a battle shock for a vehicle. And so I think just swapping this to the Fusilers, allowing them to stay hidden on a 2-up. I don't love how many points I've now put into the squad. I liked it more when it was just by themselves and it was 115 points that I was okay throwing away. But for the extra gun, fuck it, why not? What is your general strategy going to World Eaters with PXH or Xeno? 2 seconds and I'll tell you. We got Manipulus, 2 Manipulus, 1 with a squad of destroyers that overwatches on 5s, 1 with a squad of breachers that rerolls hits while they're near battle line. The breachers are the profile is 832 anti-vehicle 4-up, as well as they'll have sustain and lethal. Sustain from the enhancement, lethal from the character. The destroyers are 24 shots at 832. There is it's a plasma, so it can also be 721, but it's 832. Like a flamer as well is in here, and then they just have the lethal hits and overwatch on 5s. So both very good gun platforms that stay hidden on a 2-up. They're, for those that don't know, they're these guys. Oh, I'm not. They're these idiots, right? They're the big numbnuts. And then we got Call, we got Thulia, we got Scatman, who I also got to finish painting up. He's the one that's gonna be holding the radial suffusion. He also just battle shocks every time he shoots something, which I think is just nice. 2 squads of Rangers, because yes. 3 Servitor Battleclade. They're just fucking broken. God, they're so good. And then 2 5s and a 10 of Infiltrators. It's just a bunch of trash in front of you that says, hey, stay away from my shit. Don't look at my gun platforms. You're not allowed to get within 15 inches of them. And then those gun platforms slowly but surely wipe you off the board because you can't interact with them. It's very fun and it's very cool. Also, just by the nature of the Battleclade being able to advance, shoot, and action, I think in the Prio I'm just like obscenely advantaged because I don't have to not shoot to do my thing, right? I can still be relevant in the game. Now, that being said, it's with like a bolter, an arc rifle, a melta, and some flamers, but that's still something, right? I like them a lot. Yeah. Also, do you have a Patreon? Yes, I do. If you want to go check, it's in the link is in the most recent video. It's also just patreon.com/c/next. Do I have to put the /c? I don't know, just it's Nexus Floof on Patreon. Yeah. I normally would say it's just for people that have the stuff that want to support. You do not. Oh wait, I'm still on this. Am I still on the screen? No, I'm back to painting. You do not have to support in any way. It was mostly just set of people going like, "Hey, I do want to support you. Give me a way to do that," and I finally caved. And so that's what this is. I'm gonna start getting Patreon only content on there soon. It's just taken a second, and I greatly apologize for that. As well, if you are wanting to possibly get any kind of coaching, I basically have decreased like rates on there that will, once I start getting the Patreon stuff up, you'll basically be able to get the coaching at a discount. So I'm trying to make it to where it's very consumer friendly, but it's just gotta be a second, because oh, man, I'm wearing like 5 hats right now. I hope you understand. Boom. Swipe, swipe, swipe. But yeah, the AdMech list is sick, and I'm looking forward to playing it this weekend. I'm pretty optimistic about my chances of taking this event. So, who knows? We'll see. But I've definitely got like a weird out there list. For sure. Continue to set the diamonds. Boom. That one is fully covered by a finger. That one is fine. As we go here, it's a little awkward, but oh well. Bring you down. Put you up into there. I'm fine keeping that a little hidden. I think I just want these initial ones up here. See, I keep bumping this fucking servitor, dude. Or this little servo skull. I'm telling you, it's gonna pop off. And not in the good way. Do just a little... another blotching on there. I don't know if I even want to write on this. I don't know if I'm that good to try and attempt that. But who knows? Maybe we'll give it a shot eventually. But today is not that day. What should I do for the tubes? I just make the tubes black and then just kind of, I think I do. Right. There we go. Yeah, I'm liking this look a little bit more. Boom. Piping. Yeah, I think the darker color is gonna help with the blacks a lot more, or with the contrast a lot more, right? Because just having this black, especially right next to like the much brighter color that I've done for the smaller tubes, it's gonna give a really nice contrast. We're still probably gonna like ribbit or whatever the technique would be, to where you know, you just highlight the ribs, I guess is what the sentence I meant to say was. Yeah, it adds a nice little layer in there that I think is gonna look good. All right, that's set into there. I think that's pretty good. What do we think, chat? I want to break up the metallics a bit more. I would love a video talking about using GSC in Prio versus Recon. Yeah, we're gonna start doing dispositions, like specific stuff, eventually. I figure though the best way to get to that is to like build up to it, right? So that's why we're doing this basic series, and then probably at the end of the basics, once I feel like I have taught you at least how to assemble a GSC army and get it on the fucking board and not lose in deployment, then I'm probably gonna do a game and just kind of do like 1 to 2 videos to be like, here was my turn 1, here was my turn 2, here's every reason why I did every single move I did in that like move for this game, right? And really break down, showing like here's all the things I taught in these videos, and now here they are being used, right? And so we'll do that, and then it'll just now start going into more specific shit, right? So the things like what are these matchups like? What's our best dispositions? What's our what the fuck? And we can go from there, you know? That's good. Oh, that looks creepy, yeah. I like that a lot, actually. That looks super sick. Leaving the gray in there, so what it looks like you're looking at is it ties to the rest of this skin over here, so you see that pale gray. Ooh, that looks so good. Although we should probably... There is... Which one of you guys are still active? Close enough. You? Where is... Yeah, it's close enough. The rest of most of the skin tone in. Still need to figure out the decayed flesh look for the arms and my servitors, though. Yeah, I still gotta figure that shit out too. I'm not good with that at all. Well, Flu5, hey buddy. How do you deal with transports? I pop them. How do you get coaching? If you just want to DM me on Discord. If you are in my Discord, either you joined it, before I made it Patreon only, or you just sub on Patreon, you can get into there. Or honestly, if you're in any of the other, like, if you're in StatCheck, if you're in Art of War, if you're in the GSC faction Discord, if you just fucking look me up on Discord itself, I am at dfloof. You can find me there. All right, and then just send me a DM and be like, hey dog, let me give you money. And I go, okay, what times work for you? And then we figure out a time, and then we go from there for coaching. And I think you'll like it, because I've had glowing reviews ever since I started doing it. Teehee. I will say, actually, yeah, I have uh coaching has been, even after making it a job, and you know, normally when you make like a passion of yours a job, it just immediately starts to suck. Even after making it a job, it has just been very fulfilling. um when a how do I put this, when a client doesn't return because they're like, damn, I think I kind of got it all right, um it's a very good feeling, right? Because I don't want to take your money from you forever, right? I want to help you learn the things that you need to learn, and then you're all good to go from there, right? So stuff like that, it just, I don't know, it feels rewarding. Oh, OBS disconnected and reconnected. Chad, are you still there? Highly recommend coaching with Floof. Talking about the game at high level is really impactful when the coaching session is personalized. Yeah, you know, I try. Listen, I gotta pay rent, but I still want to make sure you get a good fucking product. Brighten up the skull just a little bit. How's this looking, chat? Are we vibing with this? Are we rocking with Mark? I feel like Mark is rocking with us. OBS doing OBS things. Yeah, okay. I figure it's one of those moments of everybody panic. Okay, we're good. No need to panic. Smile. All right. I think the only thing I need to do now is, a lot of this is just like, I need to start separating the metallics, right? But how do I do that with basically two fucking metallics? That is the question. First up, we got to clean up all the dry brushing because we did the fabrics after we did the metallics. So there's a lot of metallics here that just have gray on them or whatever the fuck. So coming in and just pulling them out is going to make everything look a lot more succinct, right? It's going to separate everything. I think the most egregious parts are at the legs. Boom, boom, boom. Go ahead and throw these in here. Perfect. Man, I will say, as much as I love doing the coaching, right, and the YouTube videos are great, I do wonder if I'm gonna eventually need to figure out how to do the YouTube thing, the YouTube live thing, you know, to where I'm just like, remember guys, if you send us a super chat of $50, I'll show my butthole, right? Something like that, you know, which I'm not gonna do. YouTube, that wasn't real. Don't blow me up. I don't know. How far do we show? Kidding. I don't like doing that stuff, man. It feels awkward as fuck. Like, yeah, I get it. I gotta get my bag and all that kind of stuff, and like, sure, we appreciate the content you make and all that, but it still feels like weird, dog. You know? I don't know. I didn't have a lot growing up, so like being making a living in a hobby that is effectively just like, you know, it is a luxury hobby, right? Because you can't really get into this for cheap. So it's only people that really kind of got money are going in, right? I say as I'm like broke. But you know, it's still just like I don't want you wasting your money on shit. I'm doing the fucking beginner YouTuber thing too, by the way, right? Of like, well now I feel weird about it, guys. Is it okay? Do I have your permission? Right? And no one likes that guy. So I do need to shut the fuck up. A little bit at least. But who knows? I think also I'm now just kind of passively talking because I keep forgetting to look up a chat. But I know I gotta fill air. Okay, coming up for breath in 3, 2, 1. LMA, what? Okay, Peanut. Where's my super chat button? So Floof paints a hole onto Thulia. Are super chats not a thing? Do I have to enable that? Insert ad? Did I just give everyone an ad? Uh-oh. Was that what that button was? Engage with your audience. Start a Q&A, start a poll. Maybe I didn't actually enable that shit. Hold on, guys. I have to find out how to extract money from you. View your channel. No, we want the fucking studio. You dumb motherfucker. I'm sorry, I shouldn't insult. Short feed ads. Oh, that's for shorts. Sure. Memberships, gifts, supers, creator partnerships. I guess, yeah, I do need to get started with that. We'll turn on this. I'm totally going to read all of these things. Yep, I've read and understood. Yep, I know. Supers. Supers are like mutants, but we're allowed to like them. Oh, I just turned that on? Eligible for super thank. Turn that on to super sticker. And then super thanks. Understand how you've earned gifts and analytics. YouTube is weird, dog. Don't be a streamer. Streamers are fucking weird. What's super chat? Super chat is like the Twitch thing to where it's what you can like donate like $5 or whatever the fuck. Don't actually do that. We're not, no. But anyways, yes, the super chat is like if you go into like the Art of War streams or War Games Live, right? War Game the super chats and donos is how John McCardell communicates with the 40k world, you know, where he'll just drop like a 50 bomb in anyone's fucking chat. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. That man pays like so many people's rents. Jesus Christ. The fucking sugar daddy of 40k. And he's very nice too. He's a very polite gentleman. That up a little bit. And that up a little bit. Oh, I know Abby's game is going on right now. Chat, let's go take a look at that. I just got hit with the Tacticus ad. That's so funny. I can click a button and give everyone an ad. Chat, I will punish you, all right? If you ever act up, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make $3 off of you by making you all watch an ad, all right? You better act fucking correct, I think. I don't know. Astra. Veil. Hold on, now we're going to screen 1.
She just has everything. And
Oh wait, no, this is not the one I wanted. Are they not live right now? I thought they were live. What the fuck? Did it already end? Never mind. Never mind. Hold on. Now I want to go check. Guess I could have sworn. I thought she was playing against Tortoise today. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Where is Chrono Cup? There we go. No, it was under announcements? Question mark? I've elected to not stream this one myself due to the time of day that had to be organized. I decided to cancel it. That saved the game will still be going on. Oh, it's over on Trevi's channel. Okay, sure. Trevi, don't fucking nuke me for looking at your shit for 2 seconds. Am I allowed to look at a... What's the word? At a Twitch stream while on YouTube? Probably. I don't know. Hopefully I don't get nuked. What? Oh. This game state is a little bit better than I thought it would be, but okay. Well, anyways, you're not getting a free ad out of me, Chipotle. Fuck you. Haha. Do you see that lightning fast reaction time? My God, I'm quick with it. Okay. Back to chat. Sorry, everyone. As you can tell, the meds are hitting different. Does it make a monetary difference if you skip the ad? I think so. Like, it's obviously like ad time watched. So yes, but also at the same time, I don't like it would be fucking like percentages of a penny, you know? Like, it's not that big of a fucking deal. I think also it's the thing of like, if you have like YouTube Premium, it just kind of gives a default rate for that person. Like, I think you actually make like a good amount of money off of YouTube Premium people, respectively. All right. Ba-da-ba-da-bum. I don't know why I'm rimming the base. I do not need to be doing all that yet. This is relatively fine, I think. Let's add a little bit of the Quicksilver. This is dark silver, so where's just my silver? Bada bada boom. Silver. Here we go. You are welcome. I don't know what for, but thanks, boss. Okay. Hopefully, this gives a good enough gleam. Separates some of the things. Yeah, it for sure does. You can really start to control where a lot of these highlights are. So that's right there. All right. And I think I'm just gonna like, no, I shouldn't mindlessly edge highlight. That's just gonna be big chaos. I mean, I kind of already did that with the dry brush, right? Let's go ahead and, you know, use this to separate some things where one looks more like a steel and then one more looks like, you know, like an iron. That makes sense. Go ahead and make this little nubby. I think we're just gonna do like nubbies, or like, you know, the hangers on and all that are gonna be the brighter ones. And then probably throw a Nuln Oil, or no, the Nuln Oil recipe no longer is true black, right? It ended up having like a little bit of brown or something in it, I think. I need a true black wash, which is weird to think about, and also kind of to say that, man, there's some weird shit you say in 40K. I swear to God. There's some times I have heard some sentences and I'm like, thank God I know the context of this, because it really sounded like you were just racist right now. You know? I'm back. Coworkers decided to ask me to do things outside my job description again. Hell yeah. That's what we fucking love, big dog. AI dashboards are going to be the death of me, I swear. That's fair. What brand paints are you using? Procryl. I use Procryl for everything. Always have, always will. I think they're just phenomenal. I would deeply recommend them to anyone, and I think they're great. And hey, Procryl, you should sponsor me or whatever the hell. Do these little nubbins. I've used them for the past like 4 armies I've painted. And I will probably continue to use them so long as they don't fuck up and so long as they are normal people in society. Please don't get canceled. You're so beautiful, don't go bald. That hit that. Really just using this as like a detailing piece. Looks like is fine. I think it can be a detailer and also a separator. Right? You gotta work with what you got. You feel me? I think I'm also gonna try mixing the silver with the dark silver and just get like a third metallic out of it. And that can definitely help as well. Little ridge for the little fella. For the little fella in your life, get them a nice rimming. Sponsored by Procryl. God, the meds really have worn off. I'm just fucking saying shit right now. This is the real me. I'm off the meds. It's so funny how, like, after 6 years, that's the stim that has fucking stayed with me. Have you used AK paints before? They're decent. Yeah, they're good. Oh, so I was clicking the little crown icon that's next to people in chat. If you click that, it gives you an option to send a gift. Yeah, I think I had to enable that. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna ask about shit. I'm not gonna ask people for shit, but it's there in case people want to use it, I guess. Also, I do need to, eat. Ba-da-ba-da-bum. Go ahead and pull out you. Go over here because I don't like that angle. I don't like how shaky I'm being right now either. Fucking yeah, that was right in front of my face. Good job, Ploof. Anyone else focusing on anything? What's everyone else up to? Y'all having a good time? Woo! Y'all enjoying Madison Square Garden? Alright, once again. This is the real me. I'm off the meds. Take them. Such a good fucking video. Alright. Ba-da-ba-da-boom. I'm gonna be getting some reps in tonight. Hell yeah. Good shit. I am a little worried because I will be going to this GT with 0 games played of the list I'm bringing. Well, I've played the like overall style of list, but I made a good amount of changes since then, and oh, I just hope it works well. Be nice to just have a clean GT win. You feel me? I obviously it's not guaranteed because no event ever is. I'm not gonna act like some egotistical asshole, but I think I am very advantaged into most of the people in there. And also, my God, after the shit I just had to deal with for WTC, fuck, dude. My God, I feel like I could go against fucking Folger right now. All right. Now let's see how this looks. I'm going to take a little bit of the dark silver, just like a little sweep, and then some of the regular silver, and then see if we can get a good. Ruben's list scares me. What did Ruben end up bringing? This is neat. What do you look like? Let's add you on this shoulder pauldron. Oh, this is just Lead Belcher. This is just straight up Lead Belcher. That's cool. We made Lead Belcher. Nice little medium ground between the two metallics. I don't know if it's like distinct enough to come up on the camera. Probably not, but it's real good. He brought Windrider hosts. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely scary. It does not have a good time in the vehicles. Your outs might be, well, I shouldn't. Out of respect for being a like merc for disciples. I think you have outs, but I do have to let you explore them. But also it's that premise of, do you want to try and use one of your resources to get a good matchup in a Windrider host, but still possibly get 20 because it's their best player? Like, and it's, as far as I know, the best player at the event. Or do you just want to, you know, throw away something, accept that they're going to get 20'd, and then make it up somewhere else? You feel me? So. Disciples is a hard matchup for us. We already have a pairing strategy into them. That's good. I'm glad you're thinking about it ahead of time. If you want to have fun, you can always do the thing to where you challenge them round one. Because I believe you can still issue challenges for this event. People always forget that you can just kind of do that in teams, and like people are pretty cool with it. Like so long as you're in the same bracket, right? Like I've also done it in singles actually, because I did it with Forrest for BAO. But so long as you guys are in the same bracket, just being like, hey, I want to go against this person, and both parties agree, yeah. We do conveniently have a player that we can throw to get 20'd. Yeah, right? We're going to hand him to Ruben and say, hey, go learn the game. Have fun, kid. And then you're going to go do your best to go play 4 games. And then what do you need to win in a round for teams? Is it 56 or for a round of fives? I think it's 56. That would sound right? Because it's you meet at 100, halfway's 50, 60th off that. Yeah, should be 56, I think. I may, of course, be misremembering, but alrighty then, chat room. I will say I'm more than likely going to be cutting it here. I hope you all enjoyed very much. I do got to get some stuff going. We have been live for a very lovely 2 hours, which has been very nice. Once again, I always am so appreciative of you guys just being super supportive of everything that I do. Hanging out in live streams, all that fun stuff, even at weird times of the day. And yeah, I just hope y'all know that I appreciate you and that you're so nice. And depending on if I'm able to get videos out early tomorrow, I might live stream earlier and for longer. So we will see though. But for now, God, I want to finish up this little fucking spider robot thingy that's at Thulia's feet before I sign off. That's also metallic. Let me pull you out. I think that's everything. Logistics trying to get through the day, and I'll get asked about an AI dashboard pulling internal data from God knows where. They're killing me. Yeah, they be doing that. How cool would it be to throw a brand new player into Ruben in a tournament? He's gonna get 20 0'd by anyone. Might as well pick your favorite guy. I think this looks good. Chat, we're in and out for the day. How does Thulia look to you? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna darken down. This, no, it's just a little bit. Is it this? Yes, it's that. Good heavens, my keyboard just fell. All right. There we go. I think that looks a little bit better. There's still like a little bright dot over in the corner. Let me just dim that down. I will be a little obtuse about it. I like how I said I was ending stream, but then, you know, once again, the ADHD struck. Shiny, but in an old way. I'll take that. Mostly because I gotta go figure out what it means. And so, you know, I'm gonna borrow it for a little bit, but I'll take it. I'll take it. By the way, when you get the chance, my buddy posts his AdMech GSC in the hobby channel. Hell yeah. Wait, for my Discord? How the fuck? Was he already in there? How did he get in here? I gotta figure that out. Nothing against your friend. It's fine. I'm not gonna like kick him out or anything like that. But I gotta figure out how the fuck people can get in without. I'm not saying that I only want people to join via the Patreon, but if people are able to get in for free around things, then it invalidates the people who have spent money, and I don't want them to feel invalidated. So I gotta figure that out. But yeah, I'll take a look. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, yeah. Once again, getting a good shot. Yeah, I think this actually does look sick. I'm pretty proud of this. So, alright, chat. Thank you all so much for watching, if you still are. And we're going to be in and out stream here. So, I hope you all have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.